Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Saw Week, and today we're talking about the third franchise that James Wan has successfully launched, and that is The Conjuring. It is now a full universe that includes Annabelle, The Nun. It's a whole franchise that I'm probably going to have to talk about maybe next year. Although, canonically, I'd have to talk about the Insidious franchise first, then move on to The Conjuring. But I'm probably just going to do The Conjuring first because there are more movies than with the Insidious franchise. And I'm not wearing my Star Wars shirt tonight. We're off to a good start. Now, The Conjuring is actually based on the true events as recorded by Ed and Lorraine Warren. I want to go ahead and emphasize the word based because, like any good film, anytime you see the words based on a true story, just know that there's probably, well, there's some truth in there, but you got to dig for it. Take these movies with a grain of salt. That's the only advice I can give you. Aside from that, I really find it fascinating that Lorraine Warren herself actually helped write the screenplay with James Wan, along with Andrea Perrin, who was one of the victims of The Conjuring. Now, both Lorraine and Andrea, they not only did they help write the screenplay for The Conjuring, and unfortunately Lee Winnell was not a part of this project. And with the involvement of those two, Lorraine and Andrea, the story actually takes on a much more personal feel to it. I definitely like this movie. It's eerie. Here's the most fascinating part that I discovered while doing research on this film. Even though there's no nudity, there's no gory violence, there's no just off-the-wall swearing, the film still got an R rating because it was deemed too scary for the general public. And I don't know. I mean, if I was James Wan and anybody else working on this movie, I would wear that as a badge of honor. Like, hey, we didn't need to swear, show nudity, or even just a lot of violence and, blood and guts. We got an R rating because we deserved it by working our butts off to make one of the scariest movies possible. My hat's off to you, folks. You did well. I think the only real complaint I have about this film is the fact that there are certain points in the film where it just feels incredibly slow. And I understand they did that for pacing purposes. You got to have the down times and the quiet moments where you get to, get emotionally attached to the characters before something spooky happens or something scary, because now that you're emotionally invested in these characters and something bad happens, you're like, oh my gosh, it feels worse now because I'm so attached to these people. They feel like, like good friends of mine. But still, it felt slow. Another complaint I keep hearing about when it comes to The Conjuring is that one of the best scares in the film was actually wasted in the trailer. And that's where Lorraine Warren was doing the laundry, and one of the sheets just went flying in the breeze, and all of a sudden hits an invisible person. I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like it was spoiled by the trailer. I do feel like seeing it would make people go, "Oh, I gotta see this movie," because that's what a trailer's supposed to do. The trailer shows some of the best parts to get us to go like, yep, here's my money, take it. I'm going to go see this film. Bye, everybody. But I'm bringing my own candy bars into the theater because I'm not paying $17 for a tub of popcorn and a bag of M&Ms. And I could easily go to the CVS down the street and pick up 2 bags of M&Ms for like $3 something on sale. Yeah, I'm still upset about overpriced food at a movie theater. It makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Alright, I'm back. I've calmed down. ready to continue talking about The Conjuring. Love the movie. 10 out of 10. One of the coolest parts of the film for me was when the actress playing Lorraine Warren was giving a presentation, and the real Lorraine Warren was actually sitting in the audience. That was that tickled the inner nerd in me. I have been a fan of the Warrens since I first read their books back in high school. Uh, my local high school library actually did have two books on the Warrens, and I read them both, and I found them fascinating. But recently, they've been a bit of a let's see how to put this nicely. They've been accused of shenanigans and lying and telling half truths. If you're interested in that, I'm going to get into it tomorrow. So join me then. Oh, and before I go, I want to thank you once again. Thank you so much for joining me for Saw Week this year. I'm really hustling and I'm putting in a lot of work to make this the best. So thank you from the bottom of my cold black heart for joining me for Saw Week. Tune in tomorrow where we will continue the festivities until the week's over. So stay tuned. Bye, everybody. Thanks for sticking around.